Wow. Thank you so much to this website for coming with an upgrade at the perfect time. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back, LUNC holders. Now, what am I talking about? I'm sure that you recognize this website, terra.io. We've seen this every day if you've been following the channel and the community. But guess what? I was looking on Twitter, saw their page, and I'm like, what? They just upgraded with a new page. And here it is, the dashboard. I've never seen it before. And I saw this and I'm like, wait, what? We're finally seeing. I mean, there's other websites to see this, but I like that they added this one because it shows the story, shows the history of the burns for LUNC and Terra Luna Classic. And if you've been a follower, you've been a community member, right? Veracity, because we want to see the price explode. Well, finally, we're seeing something that I can actually guarantee you. This is one thing that I can guarantee you will explode, and that is the burns. Because if you were in the AMA this past weekend, what did Edward Kim said? We saw it during the live too. He was saying, and there were many people talking in that Twitter AMA, right, space, but you knew, I mean, you can recognize when Edward was speaking, everybody was listening, and it was pretty cool. First, of course, that they don't want to be the centralized place validator for LUNC. They want to leave it decentralized for the community, which I think it's pretty cool. They explained how TFL, Terraform Labs, they were more centralized with that, so there wasn't much decentralization. But he also, and he doesn't want that for this new community, which is good. But he said once this 1.2 tax burn coming in a bit more than 24 hours, block number 9,475,000 to be more precisely, it's gonna come. And that pretty much, once it actually takes some time and we give it some days, I guess, to actually fully develop and get, the sustainable rate for burns, we're looking at around 1 to 2 plus billion burn LUNC every day. That's what he said. And I verified it, and a lot of people saw it, and people are saying it, and I got it from Twitter verified too. Over 2 billion LUNC burn. And I'm sure that probably this is news that you knew or that you don't know. Now, finally, you're coming to see the realization, because it is a great time for me to step back, to enjoy what we've seen. Because if you realize what day this was, that's May 2022. I was here. We were here when price of LUNC collapsed completely. We were making videos, bunch of good videos. People liked them. Then it stayed flat for a while. And this, you know who carried this project throughout this time? Lunatics token. I give them a shout out to them. All those ambassadors who, I don't know if they paid out of pocket, but they kept the hype, the community ongoing, and that is huge. Since May, we've been talking about it, and look at this. This is something relevant. The 500 million that they burned or so, it was huge for Lunatics. So you see how this was the initial reaction by the community, and finally some other dApps, some protocols coming in, new tokens coming in. But guess what's going to happen? This thing is going to explode. I think that's something I can actually guarantee you that it's going to explode. But here's the question. How will that take a toll in the price? Because a lot of us, we're expecting the price to skyrocket all the way. But is that the truth? Well, that is what I want to talk in this video. Go ahead and smash the like button, everybody. Consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notification bells. My name is Oscar Ramos. Happy to have you back. There's a bunch of different predictions out there comparing to the burns and so. And I want to give you my take right here. 3 days ago, 72 hours ago plus, I made a prediction, and it's actually right thus far. We're inside still in that square. And the reason of my mentality due to what I selected that range, and it's actually following it, it's because of the patterns that we have right now. What this means is simple. Buyers or sellers have no idea what's going to come because of what's going to happen in over 24 hours, and I'm going to tell you actually an exact time approximate, right? Buyers and sellers are on the fence, like, okay, who's going to buy, who's going to sell, what's going to happen? And that's what's, I think, really keeping the market up when it comes to LUNC, right? It's cool because the consolidation is something that is not known for this project, especially right now after all the community engagement and the hype and the new actors coming in. So that's what I think. Are we going to have lower prices? Probably so. That's definitely a possibility. 409 is a possibility, FYI. 305 is another possibility. We can continue pumping as more burns come in. Those 2 billion every day, according to Edward Kim, the developer, I'm not making it up. It really took me by surprise. That's a lot of LUNC. It's still, we need 1,000 of those, 1,001 billion to get to 1 trillion, right? So it still is not an easy job. It's going to require years. And he indeed, listen to this. He said to burn most, if not all, or if not a bunch of the trillions of LUNC supply, 9 to 10 years. That's what he said. I'm not making it up. 9 to 10 years, he said. So you can go back to the Twitter space. It's there, or on my live there during the weekend. We talked about it. He said that, right? But he also said about repegging USDC to $1 and working on that. That is really what's going to also accelerate the rate for burning more. So going back to the burns, first, I love this. Great job, Terra.io. Honestly, you're really helping us by putting a visualization. Honestly, I really like this. It's pretty cool. But I just want to be completely shocked how this is gonna be like mooning. It's not gonna be the price that we're gonna see on this site. It's gonna be the burns. I'm expecting a massive pump when it comes to the burns, right? It is amazing, guys, and I wanted to really share this with you because 2 billion per day, according to the developer, it's gonna happen. Now, like I've said, right now we're roughly on block 9,458,000, showing you this one right here. This is the height. So now we changed to 59, so it's growing, of course. So the 1.2 tax burn is expected, the upgrade is expected to happen on this block right about here. Exciting. So it's right around the corner, and I have this for you, which are the different time zones. Now you can see them right here. For me, the one that comes close is the Pacific because I'm Central. So Central is 2 hours after Pacific. So for me, it's gonna be in the early morning Central time, roughly at 1 a.m. and 10 minutes. So I hope, and I'm gonna be doing the best I can to be awake by then. It's gonna be September 21st, right? Pretty cool and exciting times for us in the LUNC community, guys. But I mean, one of the things, just to end, one of the things that I just like to mention is not to get too much hopium. I think, this is what you get when you come to the Oscar Ramos channel. Take a look at this. This is not a real person, obviously. I think LUNC kills a zero by year end. We'll buy more each dip, anticipate higher gains as more utility apps, whatever. Expect moon when centralized exchanges start burn, tax on spot trades. This is not real. This is not real. No community, no token, no crypto does this. As in a bear market, get out. So sadly, now here's another one. Luna Classic will eventually surpass Ethereum market cap. This is not happening, guys. Those are the things that are not realistic by all means. It just adds not realistic expectations, crazy hopium, and jeopardizing the health of some of the beginner and inexperienced investors that are here because they want to make a lot of money. So just to give you a tip, to be aware of those, right? Because there's plenty of room to grow in that department that I'm not involved in, just hyping things up and making stuff out of thin air. One of the things that is going to be pumping, like I mentioned, are the burns. I think everybody's excited for that. Really listening what the developers are saying. That kind of gives you like, wow. Regardless that the price is going to consolidate or do whatever it wants, nobody knows where the price is going to go, right? Definitely not $1 anytime soon in 2022. It's going to take years for us to even burn half of the supply. So $1 is out of the question for years down the road. 201 is way more realistic and possible. So I'm excited. How about you? Go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time, everybody. Really cool. A little bit over 24 hours. Oh boy. Peace.